So what I'm standing next to here is not something that you would typically seek out to promote through a crop tree release. However, a stem that has these types of features is actually generally more beneficial to promoting wildlife than is something that is strictly left behind or promoted for accomplishing timber goals. So we would sometimes call this a cavity tree, maybe a potential den tree. This is a real common thing on a lot of our hardwood stands where a stem at some point perhaps was formerly damaged, either through logging activity or even some natural event. Here it looks like a tree had fallen, perhaps in a windstorm, or maybe just aged into biological maturity and fell over. In doing so, it may have actually hit this stem, exposing interior wood in this stem. And as soon as that interior wood becomes exposed, it is then prone to rot. Generally speaking, a lot of trees that you'll find in a lot of drier sites that are a little bit more difficult for trees to grow well in, this is a fairly common feature where the trees themselves will be hollow. On the outside, you may see no signs that the interior of this tree is actually hollow. But where if you were to cut it down or use what they call an increment borer to bore into this tree and pull out a sample of wood, commonly you'll find that the interior of these trees are hollow. Oftentimes it doesn't necessarily mean that it's any more likely to blow over. The structural integrity can still be fairly high even with the hollow interior to these trees. Eventually, however, as these trees age, they may wind snap. The top portions of these trees may break off. They may actually expose that hollow interior. And agencies like the Forest Service are actually expected to protect those trees. Whenever they encounter a den tree, they actually are not allowed to harvest the area immediately adjacent to that den tree because it is so important for promoting bear habitat. So selecting these trees that are living, that have cavities or likely to form cavities in their future, if you're looking to promote wildlife, these things become important features in the long run. So some cases you may want to promote these trees through a crop tree release because you want them to get bigger faster. With those cavities and being of particularly large size means that they're generally more valuable as nesting sites, as den sites long term. But you can expedite the process of them attaining a large size by performing a crop tree release.